Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle, big.
Check it. This is Unique Hustle. It's your boy R.I.C.O, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official Miss Jamaica. What's going on?
Nothing, I'm there. Well, go on. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us from all social media platforms. When I mean all, I mean our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, we're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. We'll pop up first in line, I guarantee you. But y'all see us on the streets and talk about, man, how can we be a part of Boss Talk? This is how you can be a part of Boss Talk. Under each and every interview, including this one right here in the description section below, there's a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow all the instructions, and that's how you get to see all the exclusive content. Y'all been asking us, where's this interview? Where's that interview? You got to be a member to see it. Or go ahead and download our app at Boss Talk 101 on any Apple or Google store. Thank you, and we love you.
Man, we got a guy here today, don't need no introduction. He from parts unknown. It's going to be a treat today, guys, getting to know this guy. He one of them ones, man. Not one of them twos, one of them ones, man. Mr. Wallee is in the building. Boy, I gave him an intro, didn't I? Did I give him an intro? They don't know who the hell he is. They're just waiting on the... I left them sitting at the edge of their seat. Mm-hmm. Now we about to break this thing all the way down. How you doing? And welcome to the show. Don't let them know. Yeah. Yes, let's go to it. Let's get to it, Ms. Jamaica.
So you're born and raised in California?
I was born in Selma, Alabama.
Alabama?
In 1950. 1953, my parents moved to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 3 when I first left Alabama and migrated to.
So you don't know nothing about Alabama being 3?
Well, my father took us back every 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so you still had family out there?
Absolutely, a major family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the difference to you between California or Los Angeles compared to Alabama when you went back and forth? What was the differences you faced?
Well, the difference I faced, they were, in my opinion, were subservient to white people, and we weren't of that type of mentality in Watts, where I grew up at in South Central Los Angeles. So when I say that, I would go through and I see my cousins, and by me being a person that chose the streets, very different from one that grew up in the country, doing farming and pulpwood stuff, the stuff that my family did. Back
where at? In Alabama?
In Alabama.
Yes, sir.
You say pulpwood?
Pulpwood, yes.
No, man. I'm a pulpwood. I'm a wood dog.
My uncle had 10 trucks. Pulpwood. That's all he did.
That's what I'm saying. I like to meet your uncle. He dead?
He's deceased now, but his sons are still there in the business right to this day.
They
passed it on.
They still holding.
It's a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
They hauling short logs now, probably.
No, they hauling long logs.
The long ones, right? But is it the big, like the big 18-wheelers they putting it on now?
Absolutely.
Because the pulpwood trucks back in the day, they used to do short sticks 5 to 6 feet long.
Exactly.
So then we was loading 5-6 cards of wood on them trucks.
Yes, sir.
And we would load it all the way up to the top.
Yes, sir.
And you'd have 2. We called it a jag. See, this is what we done. And my dad and me, we would load the truck up. We get up there at 4 o'clock in the morning. We get out there before it get hot. We trying to get out of there before 12. 12 or 1, we home. We getting out of there.
Yes, sir.
It's too hot out there.
Because they started at 3:30 in the morning.
That's right.
And my father, that's how he died. He slipped off the top of a pulpwood truck loading.
Wow, he top loading.
Yeah, and broke his neck and died instantly in 1972, October 13th.
Wow.
Now, you really know about it.
It is a dangerous job.
I try to tell you, I'm a wood dog. Yeah. Now you can call my Uncle Nito or any of them. They'll tell you, I grew up doing that. That was what I done growing up as a kid. So when I got old enough to get the hell out of there, I got the hell out of there because it was not no easy work. Now your dad and wait a minute, did your brothers, his brothers kept hauling pulpwood after that then?
Yes, sir. He had 3 brothers. He was the youngest of 4 brothers, and all of them were in the pulpwood industry.
Wow.
Yeah. And their sons.
And their sons.
And then they sons.
That's what we is.
Yeah, exactly.
But you family.
But you didn't do it after a while though. You got out of that business.
It doesn't matter when you do something from the time you born until you get 17, 18, 16 years old. That's all you know.
It's ingrained in you.
That's right.
No, I understand that, but when you're just like how we started a business and we want our kids to continue doing this business and and make it even better. I'm saying with your daddy doing that putwood business, you did not take over his business and keep it going.
No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. But there were people like my boy, shout out to TP, Big Tony, different people who took the log hauling, the trucks, and kept going with it. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. I got into electronics, as you can see.
Right.
You know what I'm
just saying.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, but we always fuss with our kids and saying that, when we create a business for our family, you want your kids to be able to keep it going, because here we have something that pass on. You don't have to start nothing from scratch no more.
Generational continuance.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to put my kids in pulpwood. I'm just going to
No. That's a step to a higher plateau.
Yeah. I didn't want to. That wasn't what I wanted for them, because I knew what it was to stack wood in your arm, because you lifting this wood. You have ants ants biting you from ant beds, and you don't know what's under them trees. Snakes. When you picking them. Anything could be under there. Yellow jackets. Yeah. Anything could be when you trying to load this truck throughout the period of a day, cutting roads out. You got to cut roads out to get into where you're gonna where you're gonna cut. Cause at the end of the day, you on a track of timber is what it is. So you now on this track of timber, and you and nobody ain't been out there in years, and you going in there trying to clean this stuff off.
And in the winter, it's cold. It's catastrophically difficult because it's muddy.
That's right.
And sometimes you got to get pulled out.
Truck bogged down.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
You being a street cat, when you were going down there, did they make you have to do the putwood too?
No. Well, when I went back as an adult, I was on the run from the law in Los Angeles. And I asked my uncle to let me work for you and get my bank back together, for a while. So I had some hands-on experience in pulpwood, but I was just like Mr. Boss here.
Boss told you.
That wasn't for me, And so I was eventually I got back to Los Angeles via Houston, Texas.
So you were raised in Los Angeles. You live with your mom and your dad, or you just live with your mom?
No, I was raised with both my parents.
Both your parents in the household.
My father was a truck driver, and my mother worked for LA City Schools.
So, which you have in a stable household, so to say, with both parents active. How did you end up being in the streets?
Okay, I chose the streets. The streets didn't choose me.
Okay.
In Watts, California, back in the '60s.
How old were you when you chose the street?
Actually, I was about 15 or 16 years old. I was still in high school.
Okay.
It was a situation where me being an above average student, I always wanted to know what the Negroes were. And so when I started to learn about the truth about slavery and those type of things, I said, the government condoned all of the atrocities that was committed on the black man, woman, and child, that we had no one to defend or fiend for us. And so I developed, a catastrophic resentment towards the United States government, because they were part of the Klan, the lynchings, the murders, the castrations, and then the forced free labor. And so I had made a commitment early in life. I would never work for a white man, and I chose the streets. I had a partial academic scholarship, which was, I asked them, I said, well, let me go to Oxford over in England. And they said, on an exchange student program. They told me, really be realistic. I am being realistic, but those things were not available to us on that level back in that day. Wow. And so when I say I chose the streets, it was like I'll take the street route, get my money, and I'll turn it legal. And I learned from the experience over the years that I was successful in getting that money and turned it legal, and they took it anyway. And they took it anyway because I would not ever divulge how I financed, with my assets.
So they took the legal stuff. the legal money. Although you turned it legal, they took the legal companies.
Yes, I was
because
told,
they said it was funded by legal means.
Yes, by the manufacture and distribution of pencyclidine, which is PCP, which was never proven in a court of law.
Wow.
It was alleged, but never proven. You know, at two different R.I.C.O times.
Wow, we're gonna get into that. I don't want to get into that. Now I want to stay in the family because I'm gonna have OG that he gonna like smell.
Because the thing is that the first thing came to my mind when you said because of the things you learned about the government and the system is why you chose the streets. In my mind, I was thinking there are legal ways to try to fight the government. You know what I mean? You didn't have to choose the streets to try to fight the government. I mean, to not work. And back then, were there no businesses that were owned by any black person?
Well, you know what? The Jews had assets in Watts, and we saw catastrophic degrees of racism. Well, the Watts riot. We saw National Guards on our lawns. We saw murders. We saw we seen different type of atrocities against us being perpetrated. You know, during that period, and it was things that you don't think in that capacity. It's simple and easy for you to say now, but be a part of that time, that experience. That's
why I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, that time experience that wasn't even nowhere. You know, in the equation. You know. And so when we look at that, I have no regrets. We look at where we are today. You know what? We got people starving. We got the TSA people sleeping in their cars, getting evicted. You know, with their children. You know, because they don't have, they can't buy gas. Right. You know, and you got aircraft controllers, got the whole aircraft airline systems. You know, all devastated right now. And I'm a professional driver, so you know I'm not impacted like I would if I was a frequent flyer. You know, so it's like. Today is what it is, but I saw this 50 years ago. They don't care about you, and this became a manifest reality this day. This day it's a manifest reality, and the ones that worked hard all their lives and passed things on. Okay, the things that your parents, grandfathers, and grandmothers worked for and stood for, they're being disintegrated right now. You know? Did
your parents have your same mindset? Like when you learned all of this, did you go to your parents and ask them about these things, and did they have the same mindset?
My father was a master mason, and I never knew it. And my mother was an Eastern Star. Oh. And they had plans for me to become a mason as well, but you have to be 21 to take the first 3 degrees. Wow. Uh-huh. And I was like 19 going on 20 with a robbery, kidnap allegation alleged against me, which I fled California from that. This is how that journey began as a young adult. And so, they were both hardworking. My father never went to jail. My mother never went to jail. You know,
when I say the mindset, I'm talking about the mindset against the government and against, the injustices about what was going on during that time.
They were passive when it came. They wasn't aggressive. You know, they would speak on it in private. You know, or in their little personal circles. But they were not revolutionaries. You know, that spoke out and protest and things of that respect. You know.
Where you get it from?
Well, I got it from God. That's where I got it from, because it didn't make any sense. It wasn't right. I had a simple principle. That's not right. This is right. So I was blessed to do wrong the right way. That's why I'm here today.
Do wrong the right way.
Yeah, that's why I'm here today. Wow. And so I wanted the best for my family. I always thought that my mother and father worked too hard, you know, and he provided well for us. We never lived in the projects. We never lived in an apartment. We always had a house. We moved a lot, but we always moved to a stable, decent area. Decent area and place, you know. Well, today, many of those places are devastated from, from the crack era. Era to what it is now. Now the situation socially is a negative, catastrophically so, because if you look at the homeless thing, I just recently discovered we number 5 in the world when it comes to homelessness. Yeah,
the United
Los
States.
Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is number 5 in the world, And if you go there, you'll see why it's number 5. You don't want to see the other 4. 5 is bad enough,
I
Wow.
have one last question, but
go ahead if you got one last. I was going to ask him about the nation, basically, how old he was.
One question I want to ask about, not the nation, but you said your dad was a Mason and your mom was an Eastern Star. Are you allowed to join a Mason with a felony or, being in trouble? Do you know?
I think that there's a forgiveness there, and you can't be grandfathered in, but I never pursued it. All his brothers were my grandfather, and then on both my grandfathers and grandmothers on both sides. My mother and father's side, that
right, was... So you had it all back there, so you could have easily jumped in there.
Exactly. But
you just didn't choose to do it.
And I was always taught, to do the right thing. That ain't the right thing when you get wrong results all the time, and it's not. And I don't see where you benefit and you progressing, and I was determined not, what to follow. That I may not have voiced it, but I did it. My actions. Like I thought that hustling was my way out of that, and to establish some type of dignified status for my family, my children. Right. And their children and so forth and so on, sisters and brothers, my mother and father. Just unfortunately, I lost my father, due to that incident in 1972, But my mother, bless her heart, she's still alive today at 94 years old.
Wow, that's a blessing, man. Yeah. I want to ask you about, and you can go get him. I want to ask you about just you joining the nation and understanding how you got to that, and how old were you?
Yes, sir. I was approximately 22 years old.
Okay.
And I had a robbery, kidnap, conviction, which gave me a tentative life sentence.
And were you a Christian before this?
Well, I was raised as a Southern Baptist.
Okay.
My mother we stayed in church. So when I remember, I never had no juvenile issues. My first fight with the law, I was 18 years old.
Wait a minute. So you telling me that you was 18 years old when you first fought with the law, and you end up bumping your head on that one? Did
No,
or you was able to go back to the house after that?
No, sir. No. At 18, I called a grand theft auto.
You stole a car.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about that for a minute. You are stealing cars. You 18.
Okay, now let me clarify that.
No, you stole a car.
No, hold on. Let me clarify that, please. Someone else stole the car, but they told me that if they got caught, they would go to penitentiary. So I took the case for them.
Wow, you took the case.
Yeah, and they went to prison anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. OG, are you there? OG, are you there? OG.
What am I here for?
How the hell did you get? How the hell did you get?
Man, I'm on the road.
How the hell did you get in here?
I'm on the road.
OG, are you there? Make sure you pay attention to that camera, because last time I recorded you didn't pay attention. You talking to me like this. I need you to focus today, son. OG Piru's in the building, y'all. What a great sheep in the fall. We excited. It's excitement in here today.
Man, I thought
it's excitement.
Mr. May can't ask him about his sex life, how many kids he got,
everything.
And she come tell me, pull me off the 20. I'm on the 20.
Oh, man.
Going down the highway.
Now, wait a minute, because he said he from South Central. You from Bumpton. How in the hell do y'all even know each other?
Let me say this about Wallee. He come up with these he from the east side. Ain't no South Central. That's a terminology to white America to try to lump us all together.
Okay.
He from Watts. I'm from Bumpton.
Okay, got it. How the hell did y'all? Well, first of all, when you end up with the auto theft deal, because you just took the bait with the guy because you was with him. He actually stole it.
Absolutely. And I took the case because he said he would go to prison if he took the case. So I said, I don't have no record, I'll take it.
That's a partner. Is he still around now?
I don't know what James is.
So you took the case for him.
That's what we used to do.
That was
Y'all keep it 100 for real.
That's how it was.
They don't do that no more.
Now the saying is, why do 10 when you can tell on a friend?
Yeah, exactly.
So you end up getting, okay, did you have to, how long did you stay in jail for that?
Okay, no, I was bailed out immediately, but that was the beginning process to my journey in the criminal justice system. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, and so.
Yeah, well, all thing I'm saying is, if you went to jail that day, you got out, you got bonded out, mama come got you?
Yeah, Mom and Pa.
Was they disappointed in you?
Well, absolutely so.
Did they throw a sign, because they had that stuff going? So they could shake your hand a certain way and get you out of jail. Well, see, I got SOG about this too. I'm glad you brought that up about the Eastern Star and the Mason, because y'all at 360 degrees, I believe.
360, y'all got 33
but y'all
and a third.
33 and a third on the other.
So that's almost on the count dynamite and horseshoes.
Okay, well, I'm just.
Yes, sir.
So basically, when they came to get you, what did your dad say to you?
Well, at that time, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? He bailed me out to graduate. I hadn't graduated. I got bailed out in December of 68, and I graduated in January of 69 from high school. And so I continued my process. It was a point to where they didn't have no control over me. I didn't agree with the way you worked too hard, and I felt like it was better money and easier for me, to stay in the streets. And like I say, I chose the streets. The streets didn't choose me. What was the next thing?
What was the thing you did that you bumped your head and end up now you have to go to prison? What was that thing?
Well, let me. In the criminal world, as they would call it, you graduated. If you're an overachiever, you go from one point and you graduate. You graduate to another level, and it eventually evolved into robbing, hijacking cigarette trucks.
Y'all was robbing back then, and that same thing. When you look at it, when I interviewed Ice-T, it was the same thing, robbery. What's up with y'all boys on the West Coast where y'all was thinking y'all was just gonna take somebody?
Wait a minute, no.
And they still do it to this day. It's still happening today. Busting in and hitting. All these, taking his jewelry and stuff, just smashing, grabbing. What gives y'all the audacity at the age you was to say, I'm just gonna go in here and take something?
Let me tell you, that's a good question. I'm gonna respond just like this here. Okay, what gave the white man the audacity to murder, rape, kill, forced labor on us without pay and hangings? Okay, what forced them? Okay, they had no problems doing that. I had no problems, me doing that the way that I saw best at that time. Okay, and that's a good answer. That's what I want. The people want to know. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you did what you felt out of retaliation and survival mode for you. Absolutely so.
Okay, and so you get hit when they catch you. Once they catch you, and they say it's you, and we know you done it, and we got you with your hand in the cookie jar, dead to the left, you facing 25 to life. Was it like that?
No, sir. I was told on. I was never apprehended by the law in the commission of a crime.
So somebody snitched you out?
Yes, sir. Lavelle Burton.
You don't have problem saying his name? Wait a minute. This is a good story here. Shout out. Is Lavelle Burton still around?
Yes, he's a good brother.
Okay. Let's talk about it. This is good stuff here. Wait a minute. So Lavelle gets busted. Did you take Lavelle with you to do what y'all done together, or was it your deal?
It was our deal, which who
initiated it though? Wallee?
My crime partner.
Wallee, somebody initiated.
Hold on, I'll explain briefly. It was Greg Winrose. He's deceased now.
Okay.
It was his turn to go out front. It was his turn to go jam the driver and put him down, and drive the truck. Okay?
Jam the driver and put him down.
And handcuff him and put him down. Okay, so on this morning he
Was
turned.
this an armored truck?
No, this is a cigarette truck by Glasser Brothers Distribution.
What? Y'all stealing cigarettes?
Selling boxes of cigarettes.
Cases of cigarettes.
The cases of cigarettes,
Yeah.
and they would sell liquor trucks.
Yeah,
Those
liquor
are
trucks,
that's what
phone
was
company
going in
trucks,
clubs and
anything
in
with
the
money.
60s.
Vendors, they would become a part of the process.
So he was the one supposed to put him down.
Well, this would happen. Now Lavelle Burton was a car thief, a sneak car thief. He was not a robber. So when we made the turn that morning, Greg said, "Well, Val want to make some money." And I said, "Well, okay." And see, he said he want to make some money. So, okay. Well, if he want to make money, let him go out front, which was a violation on my part because if we deviated from the game plan, we were never supposed to do that. So what happens was when we got to the truck, to the truck, I gave him instructions in the gun. And when I told him what not to do, he did just the opposite.
Okay, let's stop right there.
Yeah.
First of all, the question was, this wasn't your first time.
No, sir.
Okay, so we asking, how did this start? So don't put it on Lavelle because he was a +1.
Okay, well,
Okay, no. Let me finish the question. He asked you, how did this start? You put it on Lavelle. Lavelle is a +1. Willie Moe was hijacking liquor trucks.
Who's doing this interview? You or him?
Both of them.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just
Go ahead.
So we want to go, like, how did it start? How did you progress from your first encounter with the police? How did we get to liquor trucks?
Okay, this is how we got.
So it wasn't Lavelle that started.
No. This is how we got to liquor trucks. On the original. Okay, I called a robbery, kidnapping, and I left. This is the last time I saw my daddy alive, and this was in 1971, 72, and. I said, you know what? They got me. I can't go to no airport, no bus station. Take me out of town. So I ended up going to Alabama, back to Houston. To make a long story short, I caught a case in Houston, Texas, and so I said, let's go and join me and my crime partner, Eddie Randolph. Said, let's go join the Marine Corps and just get out of the country. So we went and joined the Marine Corps. So in 1972, September, in Houston, Texas. And so I had qualified to be a jet mechanic, and he qualified for pilot school. So it was like I had been on the run for a couple of years. So I said, hey, I want to go back, and I just got married. I want to go show people that, you know what, I'm a United States Marine. Anyway, make a long story short, I came back to California and got busted, attempting to do in the process of planning some robberies. And so from that point, my mother got this attorney. It was Scarlett and Roberson back in the day. They were two top flight attorneys in Los Angeles before Johnny Cochran. And I beat the robbery kidnap in preliminary. And I asked the government, you know what, to speak for me on the case in Texas. They wouldn't do it, they wouldn't do it. So I got extradited to Texas, and my mother found a lawyer there, John Selman, and I got a grand larceny reduced to a misdemeanor and got out immediately. And so
got your ass out of Texas, then.
And so I said, well, yes, I did. So I said, well, I didn't join. Okay, I'm not finna go. I went to the Marine. I went to join the Marine Corps running. I said, "Damn the Marine Corps."
So you were AWOL.
So when I got back to Los Angeles, Gregory rode up to my house in Watts, and he was driving a brand new Firebird. I said, "Man," I say, "How you get the car?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm hijacking." Hijacking? What is? Yeah, we taking cigarette trucks. Well, I said, I want to be down with that. You understand? And so that's how the process began.
That's how it started.
Yeah, with Gregory Winrow.
But even when Gregory did that, though, when that boy y'all had with you, told it. What's his name again?
Lavelle Burton.
Lavelle Burton. When Lavelle told it on you, y'all took him with y'all that night.
No, sir. He was never a part of the process. That was supposed to be our last hijack. We had gone at a great deal of money.
Well, how did he end up telling it?
Okay, because he was a +1.
Yeah,
he wasn't part of the organization.
No, he wasn't part of the
He was a car
squad.
thief. He wasn't a jacker.
But still, why did they jam him up?
But they got arrested.
He got busted in the truck.
He got busted
in the truck,
and he telling on everybody. He wasn't. He didn't have no credentials.
Let me tell you.
He didn't have no credentials.
Let me tell you what happened. I got pissed off because the alarm went off in the truck. So I go up to him. I take the pistol. And I told him to get in the car. So I jammed the driver and told him to get back in the truck. But the liquor store man see this, and he knows something's wrong when both of us get in from the driver's side of the truck. So I drove the truck back to Watts and unloaded $18,000 worth of cigarettes. And I say 77, the police department is going to be making their little rounds. So I say, if you want to still make some money, drive the truck to the fence. And he didn't follow instructions. And when he got jammed, they caught him in the high school bathroom, a grown nigga in a boy's bathroom in high school, and he told everything.
Told everything right there, or he had to go to court?
No, he started off the top. I was on the news that day. I was on the news
that nigga
day.
told it that day, OG. Them niggas was snitching even in the 70s, man. Them niggas been snitching for a long time, man.
He called it dropping a dime.
That nigga, he was not going out by that damn truck.
We know you didn't. You wasn't the mastermind of this.
So did they catch you?
Who was it? No, I ran.
Like, how did they end up catching you and bring you in?
Okay, what I did, we had a process where we could go and pay a few $100s to an insider DMV and get new license. Just go take a picture, get new license. So I changed my name and kept robbing.
But still, okay, let's get you to jail. We need to get you straight to the damn jail right now. Like, how did they end up getting you into courtroom and saying you beat 2 RICOs, right? I was in Compton. How the hell did they catch you? Okay, I was in Compton. And I didn't know that they put posters out on you, Marv. I didn't know they put posters out on you. So what happened, I had a girl that put me up on her employee dropping off the lunch bag. So not the lunch bag, but the bank bag. So I went with my smart self. I put toothpicks in the lock because he was a very nervous and timid, scary individual. He would slide to the side, wait till the coast was clear, and then he would jump out, hit the key, dump the bag, jump back in the car. So I said, well, let me go over here and put these toothpicks in the lock. So when I said, as I was waiting for him, I said, let me buy some chicken from Jim Dandy Chicken. And so I go there, a sister, I didn't know I had a poster in there. She called the police on me. She seen his ass. She said, that's him right there. So look at this nigga right here. Yeah. This nigga right here is the same nigga.
Yeah, smile.
So
trying to buy some chicken.
When Compton PD shows up, I convinced them that I'm not him.
You had your ID?
Yeah, and I'm not him. And see, I had taken, back then, we just as a security precaution, we would take the pistol and put it on top of the back tire. So if they search the car, if anything, they're going to find no pistol. So what happens, I didn't know there was another number to a special agent named Charles Buckland. Buckland came from downtown, and when this black car drove up, Marv, with those 2 spotlights, that cracker was about 6'8", big old ears. Got out, he said, what are you doing? He said, this is a case of mistaken identity. He raised my hat up. He said, no, this Willie James Moore. He said, cuff him, this him. That's how I got apprehended.
He knew you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He been studying you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so.
he's a real detective.
He was a senior. He was in the hijack robbery detail. He specialized in profiling individuals that was and we stayed in newspapers and on TV and stuff, and then we didn't know about no disguise. I looked just like I look on camera, just like I did in the commission of that alleged crime.
So how much time did they give you time for that? For prison time for that?
Yes.
How long did you do on that stint?
Okay, let me tell you what took place. I got a life sentence.
On that?
Okay.
For that?
Yes. I appealed. I was appealing the case because I said they didn't catch me. I ain't did nothing, you know. I didn't do anything. So anyway, in 1975, 76, Senate Bill number 42 came out, where if you had a determinate sentence and you wasn't doing life without parole, they had to give you a parole date. So what happens? The California Supreme Court reversed the kidnap, which gave me just a simple robbery, which made me eligible for release immediately. They call it a RUAP, release upon approved parole plan, and I did about 48 months on a life sentence.
Wow.
And got out.
48 months on a life sentence, and you got out.
Yes,
you ain't really, you
That's
didn't
where
stay.
That's where we met.
During that 48 months?
I met him in 1970, the beginning of 1974 at DVI.
Y'all was in Bumpton together?
No, we was in the penitentiary together.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas was in Bumpton together? Y'all was in, what prison was y'all in, OG?
DVI.
Yeah,
Duell Vocational Institution.
DVI.
Tracy,
OG,
California.
what was it when you met him? What was it? What were y'all doing? Time, right?
We was keeping crime rate up.
What was y'all doing? How old were y'all at the time?
I was 23.
And I was just turned 23.
And so you was at the spot first, or you was there?
No,
Me.
You was there.
Yeah, he got there first.
And when you came there and you knew that he was there,
No, I didn't know he was there. I just, you know what?
how did you meet him in jail?
This what happens. You go out to the yard for a limited amount of time, and the first thing you're gonna do is go through the penitentiary routine. Go out to the weight pile. So when I got to the weight pile, Marv was out there broadcasting and running things in charge, and he was buff. He had big
Marv,
back
in
on.
1973, 74.
That was 74.
In 1973,
73.
you was on the yard.
On the yard.
And y'all walk up and you see Marv out there acting a damn fool trying to run stuff.
No, he was in charge. He was in charge. He was in charge of what he was doing. You know.
What was it when you say in charge? Now you got to break that down to where Marv. OG Piru, tell me what you was doing to make him know that you was in charge.
I didn't make him know. It's the same thing you doing making us know we was plus ones.
Yeah.
What was going on out there?
We had a system in that time. It was blacks against everybody.
Let me clarify something. That was my first time in prison. Marvin was already incarcerated in the California Youth Authority, and he caught a case there, and they sent him to the Adult Authority. So he was a seasoned alleged convict. You understand?
So he knew what was going on.
And I was just learning the range, so I was just paying attention, you know, because this was a dangerous time where police was getting killed, people was getting stabbed. You know, my mother come up, James, they killed 9 people here, my dear. I mean, son, I said, my dear, look here, I'm going to tell you this. I said, I don't care how much time I do, I'm going to come out of here alive and in one piece. You understand? So you know, it was
okay.
on.
When you seen OG out there on that yard, since he don't want to tell me, what the hell was he doing?
That nigga was broadcasting. He was in charge. He was buff. You know, he was building.
He would talk. Was he saying anything, or he was just chilling and everybody told you?
No. The way he cast himself with authority. He spoke with authority, and then he was buff. You know, little niggas, they wanted to be buff too. And I was little. I was tall but skinny.
Yeah.
You understand, at that time. And so, you know, he inspired me, but he just had too much gumption because he was ready to go to San Quentin. I didn't want to go to no San Quentin, you know. I'm going to Quentin.
You had a fool, OG. You had a fool. OG over there. OG said, I'm gonna let that nigga feel like I want to go over there.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. I'm gonna go there.
I didn't want to go either. I had my head on. When we got there, when they put, I had SQ all across. All my crime partners went to Soledad. We caught a case in Youth Authority, and my crime partners, they all went to Soledad. They stayed in Tracy. Some of them went to Tehachapi. They say, Marv, I went up and looked at the. They said, where in the hell is SQ? SQ. Older brother came and said, damn, youngster, you got escrow all across the board. I said, what the hell? He said, that's San Quentin. I almost had diarrhea.
So that was the big thing then back then was, so that back in that day, I guess that was a time where San Quentin that's the big house.
That's the warehouse.
That's the rock and roll unit.
That's everybody's a killer in
San
San
convicts
Quentin.
ran the penitentiary.
And so to them, where y'all was at was Candyland.
They
were like,
Tracy was called Gladiator School.
That was Gladiator School.
That's where you were promoted to get to that. You had to do enough IBs, initiations of blood.
Tracy was basically a place where y'all basically,
that was a proving ground.
Y'all was basically rock and rolling there.
We tearing stuff up every day.
They knew y'all was rock and roll. When you get over to the convict unit, it's kind of chill.
Yeah.
San Quentin was more chill than over there.
San Quentin was called the last stop. Yeah. When they say they like when I got there, they say, you know why you came here, right? I'm like, because everybody told me, man, you too young. They're not gonna let you stay in San Quentin. Little did I know they had plans for me. And when I got there, I was sitting. It's a big rotunda, and the front gate is like one of them old castles, big iron gate. And when you open it, go, damn, go in the rotunda. It's cold. Everybody's sitting there. They say, Kinsey. Who? Convict Kinsey. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. He said, yeah, man, I told you they're going to send you back down. I goes up there, goes inside R&R, and the goon squad is standing there. The one black goon squad looked like a black snake named Kozik. And he looked over at me and said, you Kinsey, huh? He said, you kill white people, huh? He said, you know why they sent you? I said, no, sir. He said, they sent you here to kill you. And he pulled out a knife. He said, you want to go for one? I said, no, sir. Incorrect statement.
Wow.
Diarrhea again.
So when he left, you was still at Tracy, or you had got out?
No. See, after you go through orientation, they make you go to what they call classification, and they decide what institution they're going to.
So it's like a transfer facility,
right? It's a transfer facility.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a transfer facility, and also it was both sides.
It's the main line.
Yeah, the main line and the transfer facility. So
here we had it's a place called Gurney and Middleton transfer facility. They got them and Hutchins here.
So I was they were sending me to Susanville. And at this time, Susanville was a penitentiary because everyone that had done long time, they would filter them down to Susanville. So I went through Folsom briefly, and from Folsom I went to Susanville.
Susanville was so far up north, they used to call it, if you had a girl, it was called Lose Your Girl World.
Yeah, you had to go into Nevada to get to this penitentiary.
Yeah.
And so y'all broke away from each other at that point, right? And y'all basically, after the transfer facility, after Tracy, you didn't see him no more. He didn't see you.
You hear about. You just hear things. They have
so like he said, when SB 42 came under the Boatwright came and changed it from indeterminate sentence, took our life sentences and made them determinate sentence. And under the appeal, my charge of 45-100 killing an inmate went down because I was in youth authority and reduced our sentence, and then we met back up in Chino.
Y'all met up in Chino.
Yeah, we met.
So both of y'all had life sentences though.
Yes, sir.
So they kind of put y'all together, or y'all? It was
just letting everybody out. That was bicentennial year 1976. They let all the guerrillas out.
But during that time of life sentence, you knew you got action to get out, though, right?
Well, you had two lives. You had a big one and a little one. You had a 7-year. You had a 7-year life, and then if you had life without, you did 14, 15 years.
14 years, 9 months to the board.
And they would consider you for put you in parole status.
Wow. And so after you guys meet back up in Chino, we got
stories to tell.
How long was y'all in Chino together?
About a year.
Okay.
Oh hell, that's enough time now.
Let me tell you what took place. Chino was like a culture shock because you could wear street clothes and street shoes, and they had picnics type visiting,
Yeah.
And so Marvin, he had come down from where he came from, and I had came from Susanville back through Folsom to Chino. So we all meet up, and I'm from Watts, Compton a little bit, and he from Compton. So you know what, that clique, that L.A. clique, you know, we got plans.
This in 1979?
No, 76.
76, okay.
75, 76. We had a crew.
So y'all got a couple years that went by.
We got Tony Gibson, got Andrew Banks, the Jackal Dog, Mac Lee, W.J., Junior Smith, and me, and Reggie Holland. Boy, look here. It was a terrible thing.
Now I asked Marvin. I said, Marvin. I say, what you gonna do when you get out? Marvin told me, I never will forget. He said, I'm gonna party the first year I get out, then I'm gonna get out. So I said, I ain't got nothing to party for. I'm gonna get out from the gate whenever I get out.
Get out. What does get out mean?
Shit, get busy. Whatever the next thing is first.
Whatever it is to make something happen.
Now, let's go with this story. I get out. I go to school. I'm a medical driver, right? I'm driving. I'm a medical driver. I'm up in Anaheim, right? I'm picking a girl up. She had to go to Gardena Memorial for her abortion early in the morning. I see this white boy running down the street early in the morning. Damn. See this dude and get up as he walking across. It's him. And they running behind him. They get in the car.
Oh, you pick him up running from the white dude.
In the ambulance, right? He didn't hijack a money bag. He got all his damn change.
And so when he got the money running with it, you see him running, you see the white boy chasing him.
Like, man, get in here. He gets in the truck. Man, more, what you do, man? Come on, let's get there. He like, I swear, we don't do that no more. Say, man, I take him to my mama's house. Where my mama, I get off of work. He's sitting in there counting quarters.
How much did you have?
Well, at this time, you know,
how much is in that bag?
About $500 worth of quarters.
$500 worth of damn quarter.
No, back then it was a phone truck, and they connected nickels, dimes, and quarters. So you might have 250 pounds of change. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's heavy, you know. So if you ain't got a coin counter, you be counting for a long time, and you know.
And then they made it where you got to go to the bank. You got to have me coin and them coin wrappers, and he putting it together. Boy, you had me. I'm like, man, we got to do better.
So when you picked him up, scoot up a little bit. When you picked him up, you didn't realize, you knew who he was but you seen white boy running. You seen him in the front somewhere,
right?
And you like, man, let me get this fool.
We still.
I was running to a GTA. I was running to a stolen car.
Oh, you already had one set up.
Yeah,
you had an exit plan.
Yeah, I had an exit plan.
But you caught him before he got to it.
For sure. Luckily.
So y'all didn't get caught that time?
No, sir.
Wow.
We didn't get
Back
caught.
then wasn't no cameras. Y'all was good.
Oh, yeah. Well, we the reason they put numbers on top of trucks.
Oh, yeah? Explain that.
Well, hell, they didn't have no way to identify no truck from the air, you know, if you hijacked a truck. And so they come up with this keen idea, and they put numbers on top of police cars after that too, because they didn't have numbers on them at first. Remember, Marv?
Yeah.
And so we changed quite a few things. Things.
I mean, they changed. Well, if they didn't have numbers. They didn't have serial numbers on cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they selling cigarettes to clubs and alcohol to liquor stores. So the alcohol, tobacco, they start putting in, if a liquor store didn't have them numbers on them, they confiscated their stuff.
Wow.
So his hijackers started them having to monitor their items.
Wow, so y'all doing time, getting out together. Y'all didn't have to go back to jail again after that together, did you?
Of course. We didn't go. We never went together.
We didn't go together.
We went all the way up after that. This one, me and him, $1.5 million in 9 months in 1978.
What the hell did y'all do? PCP.
Shit.
I remember that PCP.
They was playing me, right?
Let me clarify something.
Now 1.9 million.
No. They alleged I did the PCP. That I was never caught.
I know he was caught. He was never caught. It was alleged.
It was alleged.
He did everything else.
I was proven in a court of law.
So you
was manufacturing. There wasn't no possession.
Yeah.
So you end up beating 2 RICO charges.
December 11th, 1979, and January the 18th, and we can go on record and get in January the 18th, 1983. And one was in One was in Palos Verdes Estates, and the other was in Houston, Texas. The first one was, Houston, Texas. Now, that was a conspiracy to manufacture. The first one, and the second was a manufacturing and distribution, which they were never able to prove either one to the point to where they could convict me of the RICO allegation that was alleged against me.
What was the two things that you identified with the most when you were beating both of these RICO charges?
Well, it was simple. Like we could be around 1,000 people, but no one would know if it was him. No one would know what we were talking about because we had a lingo that only we knew. And so when I say this, go back over and say that same question again, because there's another point I want to make.
Well, it was just basically, I was just asking you what were the two common things that were similar when you were fighting both of these two RICO charges to you beating them?
Well, see, I didn't even know I was on no RICO level. See, the first time. See, we had made a lot of money. We just didn't know what to do. We did the best we understood with what we had. We had Cadillacs, Rolls Royce, property, and different people's names. You know, that kind of flim flam kind of stuff. And when I didn't know what we were doing was that serious. Just like I didn't know that I thought I was just being secure by taking the driver so he couldn't tell. You know, I didn't know that was a kidnap and a life sentence. I say I'm just going I would just tell him, look here, this is our job, like this yours. And I say when we get finished, I'm gonna call the police for you so you won't be incapacitated, you know, any longer. You know,
very polite, very polite.
You just gonna take the nigga off. I don't even know this is kidnapping, nigga. We just going.
Yeah, and so you get enlightened once you get busted, and so we knew, we was running on kill. You know, no one, like I suggested to my family, learn how to open and run a business so we can finance it, and they partied. They partied.
See, just like he's saying, we grew up living life ad hocly, trial and error. Our parents didn't. My goal was to either get in the service or work for the government. That's what my family saw for me. I was watching Untouchables and James Cagney. I wanted to be a gangster. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be a gangster. And when I saw Terry Bowen's brother seeing Mickey Blue and he was a bank robber, I wanted to be just like him.
Wow.
You dig what I'm saying? So we exploited that these dudes, I didn't even have a girlfriend, so I never wanted to be a pimp. You know, I seen them, they was hell of them. But I couldn't even get a girl. Big Nose Marv, they didn't even like me like that. So I knew I had to have money. Absolutely. And I had to have a car, because that's prestige in California. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we went up there, and we've always lived two lives. Because you could have never told my mother. My mother was in denial almost until the day she died about what I really did. My son didn't do that.
My mom
Mark,
the same
did you?
way.
I would just not answer because I was guilty of sin. But she was fight against white. She believed in me.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? His mother, Miss Moore, they believed in us.
Yeah.
And when we brought stuff in, they didn't ask no question where it came from.
Even after you went to prison?
And my mother, I'm telling you, we was the only, me and my crime partner, Jesse, we was the only dudes in San Quentin was committing crimes in prison, going to the hole, and our mamas come up and make the warden put us on the phone.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, my mother, when I say she was there, it was like, was that James I seen on TV? Don't worry, goddamn it, don't worry about James. Because he ain't did nothing, you know. That was your mama. Yeah, she's still alive today.
Yeah, we grew up
about you.
94. You know, and
we grew up trial and error.
Absolutely.
We didn't have anybody to give us $100,000 and mess it off and this and this and that. So our stuff was material. We didn't believe in generational wealth. We had to grow to that.
Yeah.
And so that's what we try to show our children, that you ain't got to be, and what I say to kids, black children especially, you know, people are like, well, man, yes, I'm a racist. I love my race.
Absolutely.
I don't care what a Mexican do, they got Mexico. I don't care what a Chinaman do, they got China. We don't have Negro land. So it's up to us, for us, to do for us.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When you're on this platform, we do black things. Whatever white people do, you know, I mean, Dr. Khalid Muhammad with the Nation of Islam one day, he was in Oakland, and he was talking about the black power and how we have to go and get out and deal with our black selves. And so at the end of the message, every time he says, anybody that hear and understand this, if you agree with it, would you raise your hand, right? So he's in Oakland. So everybody was, this white lady raised her hand, right? And she said, I agree. Dr. Collins said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, ma'am, what we need you to do is go back and educate your people. He said, well, ma'am, how did you get here? Oh, that's my boyfriend over there. He said, get that nigga out of here. He's bringing this devil up in here.
Oh, Lord. So let me ask you this. When you guys went back, because you served 26 years in total.
In total.
You served 25 years in total. Did you guys ever see each other like at the 20th stage? You mean in 20 years when y'all gotten older?
We never crossed paths in jail.
No. Never did again. Just when y'all started.
We never. It was different time frames. He was getting out and I was going in.
Yeah. Wow. Every time. Yeah. And how long has it been since you ran into any kind of trouble
It's been 18 years. I left Soledad South in 2007.
18 years. That's a blessing.
And there's been no drugs. Cocaine was a part of my psychiatric diet. and that has been 17 years, 18 years, no drugs, alcohol, nothing.
Nothing.
You know?
And the same thing, you just was crazy. I already done dissected you.
How the hell?
I already diagnosed him.
Well,
okay.
See,
so you don't have to worry about this.
Okay, see, it was. You know how they have the good cop, the bad cop. I'm the good cop. That's the bad cop.
so and for you, just all bullcrap to the side. Since you was in prison, it's been since the 90s, right?
I've been on 30 years, 2 months, and 14 days.
That's a blessing, man.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing just to stay, to stay out. And how did you guys manage to figure out how to flip this thing? And I'll ask you first, like, how did you figure out how to stay out? Because that's a big problem. I have uncles, friends, cousins that become recidivistic for life. They don't never figure it out. And I'm pretty sure y'all know some guys who continued to go back and have went back several times. How did you figure it out?
This is what took place. See, I was committed to. I asked another lifer, which is named John Davis. He was a BGF, a Black Guerrilla family in Soledad Central in 1976. I said, man, how else do you get money besides rough hustling with a gun? He say, dope and invest in real estate. So I say, that's what I'm gonna do whenever I get out. But he said you have to turn it legal. Turn the money legal. And so I said, that's what I'm going to do. That was my plan, to find out what was number one and back it up with drug number two. And both of them, cocaine and PCP, were number one on different levels. And we can now Compton, his hub. That was the that's where the Pennsylvania empire. That's where that complex kicked off in his vicinity, and so. By that being my objective, that's what I was in pursuit of, And
so, did you buy some real estate and all that good stuff?
Okay, I'm going to get to that point. Turned the money over. I had an automotive shop. I had investments in some other things. I bought property. I bought property in Texas. I bought property in Sacramento, and I was in the process of purchasing 2 properties in Los Angeles, and not knowing that everything you were doing, the DEA and the feds, was tracking you on top of on top of your game, whether you put it in somebody else's name. And so we did the best we understood how to do at that time. When we learned better, when I say this, when that first alleged RICO allegation took place in 1979, my attorneys told me that, you have embarrassed the DEA, the California Narcotics Task Force. He named a whole bunch of judiciaries, you know. He said, before you become a statistic, this was Frank Duncan told me. He said, before you become a statistic, Willie Moore, and I had a spot in Palos Verdes Estates, men affairs. I didn't have it; they had it. And he said, leave California. And so I closed the shop. I went and bought a shop in Texas. At R.I.C.O, I built cars. We won car shows. We won the 1978 Winter National Car Show, and they tried to disqualify our car because it was winning. And when we went upstairs, now I didn't have no pistol. He did, you know. And so we went up there. They called us upstairs, you know. And so he said, we're going to disqualify your car. Disqualify. So Marvin said, open the motherfucking door and let us up out of here. And so I said, man, why are you disqualifying my car? He say, because you didn't pay the entry fee. I said, I came in here under Corky's Customs with Farrah Fawcett. She asked us when she seen the car, we saw Farrah Fawcett say, whose car is this?
I bet it was better than hers.
Yeah, with Donnie Marie Osmond and Mark Hamill, and this gangster out of Las Vegas, this mafia dude, he had a vet, and so when they checked and seen where we had paid up on the Corky's Customs, you know, the entry fee, they had to let it be.
In first place, and they tried to duck us.
Yeah,
what he's saying,
they trying to duck you because y'all was black.
Yeah, just because man, we had the baddest vet. The yellow banana was crazy.
What year was this?
1978.
78.
We was a pinnacle.
Y'all pulled
up.
What
What he was saying,
so y'all had got out of prison in 78.
No, we got to 76.
In 78, y'all had that car.
He was just like a woman have a baby.
We didn't even know we were rich like that.
We didn't know it.
But
as he was telling you about property, and no matter dealing with the street, there's a cost to dealing with the devil. And it's called ill-gotten gains.
Exactly.
And everything that we had, the devil took it back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I remember I said when I first got out of prison, I would sell my soul to the devil for a Seville. Mm-hmm. I didn't have more Sevilles than girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And in 1979, when I went back to prison, I lost everything, and all I had was what me and the devil promised, was a Seville.
Wow.
So when I got out of prison in 1995, I swore to Allah that if I got to change baby diapers or Kotex machines, whatever I get, it's not going to be from drugs or ill-gotten gain.
That's right.
So now my longevity has been, it's easy to get it and do it, but holding it, and if you don't get it right, it don't never get right.
Wow. Exactly.
So I'd rather get something a little bit at a time. An old man told me in prison, a big shot is a little shot they keep on shooting.
Hey, you know man, that's hard. I like that.
Yeah, so
a big shot is a little shot that keeps on shooting.
Just keep on shooting. We ain't gave up.
Man, I was so supposed not from 1978 to now. Y'all still rolling. I
1974.
74, but I'm saying 78 when y'all took that vet over there. I'm just saying, look at it's 2026.
Yeah,
that's just one of the episodes. But you niggas been together for a long time. Before I was born, or when I was born, 74.
Let me inject this. Okay, now. We did what we done. Okay, we got the money. We turned it legal, and just like he said, you know what? The names that shit was in, and we had people that when you get big money, you get big problems that go with it.
That's right.
And people go come to you, shysters, like Dr. Oliver Smith.
He name dropped him.
Yeah,
Dr. Oliver Smith.
Yeah, because he's a federal informant.
Federal informant, Oliver Smith.
Yeah, federal informant, Oliver Smith.
What year was that?
And all 1977,
77.
Oh, he already had the goods on y'all.
He had us.
This is what happened. My first Fleetwood we had a brother.
Yeah, the 78 Fleetwood.
In '78. Well, no, I had a '77.
That's the one with the stack lights.
Them
lights, them lights up top like that.
Right. The side, they were side by side.
I know '69. I had the one with side by side.
Yeah,
'69.
So what took place? I asked Grover. I said, "Hey man," I said, "I want to buy a car." So he says, "I know somebody," and it was Dr. Oliver Smith.
Damn.
So he came over to the 1-bedroom, Marv, in the yellow Fleetwood. And I went out. I called Margaret Grisby because he wanted $2,000 and I had about $1,300, and I asked her for $700. So I went out and he was sitting on the passenger side, and I got in. I said, man, what I have to do? He said, just give me $2,000 and make the car payment. I said, suppose I want another car. He said, I'll just get another car. So that led to 20 cars. You and him? Yeah, probably, okay.
Y'all buying it from him?
He was using his credit, bought property in his name. We had made him a millionaire and didn't even know his status. And so when I told him one night, Marv, I'm telling you this here for the first time, he said, Willie Moe, he said, you the baddest young nigga I ever seen. So I said, I just do what I just do what got to be done. I don't know what he was saying, but I had told him, I said, man, when I get off parole, I'm gonna change everything over into my name. I didn't know that if I did that would defunct him.
That's right. Right.
And so when stuff started happening that we couldn't understand, this man said, if this nigga's out the way, I can quick claim everything, and we had assets. And we tried to find out this deal, and my attorney said, hey, we don't know. We can't find out who the informant is, but he's in your back pocket. And he's in your back pocket.
You couldn't figure it out at that time?
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out at that time until that night on the first RICO allegation. Because we had bought a 55-gallon barrel of pyridine, not piperidine. You need piperidine to make first stage PCP crystals. So when we bought this from Ernie Bonds, these people are dead now. He owned a car wash, and we used people that had chemical access to secure things for us. So when we bought the drum, I said, man, he brought it to my shop. And so when we got there, I said, man, this is not, no, we paid him $10,000 for the drum. So I said, man, this is pyridine. This is not no. So I said, Ernie, what you want me to give me my money back? Okay. What do you want? What you want me to do with this shit? He said, I don't give a damn what you do with it if it ain't no good. So we took it and put it in my backyard at a house we had on 12th Avenue, and this is what the Dr. Oliver Smith was telling the feds. He got a barrel of piperidine back there, and that's enough. If you got that base element, that's enough. You understand me? To start the process to prove that you intended to manufacture and distribute this alleged controlled substance.
Yeah, he was not for to let y'all make it, because if he let y'all make it, if he let y'all make it, you change the stuff over, he don't have nothing no more. He wasn't trying to hear that shit.
This would happen that night, Marv. You wasn't there. I called everybody that worked for us. It was three drug dealers. We had one doctor that we got the chemicals from, Dr. Fletcher. Fletcher, if you're out there, I need to see you. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Fletcher, and we had Dr. Oliver Smith. Fletcher was our chemical connection, you understand? And so Fletcher was up there putting in order for the chemicals, and I was paying the doctor for the cars and the rent on the house, those type of things. So I gave him $11,000, and I put it in a shoebox, in a shoebox. And when I got jammed, they took me from Palos Verdes, and they took me to 10 different police stations because they didn't want. Cause I told my sister, I said, have Stu Goldberg, which was our bondsman, come and get me. You know, they couldn't find me. So anyway, I was on 108th and Main Street, Southwest, and so I was in this holding tank, and I saw the shoebox. that I threw had 2.5 balconies at the house in Palos Verdes. He took the shoebox and threw it over the balcony. Police was all around the whole perimeter. So when I saw the shoebox, I said, "Damn!" I said, "That's the shoebox that I gave Dr. Oliver Smith." And so then I see Dr. Oliver Smith come over and say, "Oh, that's mine." And so I said, "Well, by him being legal, I still didn't put it together that he was the one."
Wow.
And yeah, you know.
When did you know? When he came to court and testified on you?
He didn't come to court and testify on nothing. It's just stuff started happening, and I got ghosts. I left. You know, I put the house in Palos Verdes.
So he might not have been a snitch if you didn't even know. How did you know? How you ain't seen him do nothing?
Oh no.
Well, in regards to that, he snatched one of our cars. And when I burned his house up,
yeah.
And wait a minute, Eric. Why would you? First of all, why? How long ago was that? And is he still alive?
He's probably deceased now.
I don't know where Oliver is.
We don't know where.
But you was mad at Oliver about this car.
Yes.
Why would you get mad at him about the car?
Because then I found out that he was informed. That's his attorney. Remember I told you about Frank Duncan that tried to flip on me?
Yeah.
Told me. So I finds out through my other attorney, Ron Minkin, that it was a confidential informant. By this time, he had went on the run.
Yeah.
And find out, he said, "Well, do you know Oliver Smith?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know him." He said, "Man, that dude worked for the feds."
Yeah, he was federal. They put him in the federal protection plan, witness protection plan. He was in that. You know, they put him in that.
He had y'all number. He was doing everything with y'all the whole time, and y'all didn't even realize that he was even that guy until you found out that day.
Don't know.
Did you let him know?
They had ran into the house. He had jetted out, and my brother went and burned his house up.
Burned his house down behind being a federal agent.
Trying to look for him, trying to flush him out.
Yeah, needed more than that done, but just couldn't be did at that time.
We'll tell you too much, we have to kill you.
No, I don't want to know. We gonna let I don't want to know. So, y'all boys, man, like I said, for y'all, it's a blessing and honor to sit down with both of y'all. For y'all to be here after all these years, man.
Many people had confessed these niggas will not be here later on. Now they gone and we still here. So no one is can tell no lie on us. Our epitaph we can tell in person and in live and the truth, because now the statute of limitations on things that they allege that it's over with. You understand? It's gone, and I'm not running. Running from no murders. I don't know about that.
I didn't do it.
When you okay, this world I can ask you, because y'all been friends for a long time.
Long time.
When you heard OG Piru on Boss Talk 101, what did you think? When did you first know this man is on the podcast?
No, he didn't just start right here with you. See, he was always on some type of broadcast.
Is that why I got them old tapes of you?
Yeah,
I got them old tapes of it.
And so it was like, I didn't want no public notoriety. You know what I'm saying?
So he was always in the mix.
And see now, see his neighborhood. See, I moved from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood. So my associates was scattered out. He was the kingpin in the Piru era. You understand? In the beginning up there when they first kicked it off, and so
you wasn't So you wasn't even a part of the Piru thing.
Well, no, before them.
Honorary associate.
He's in the Mickey Mouse Club.
Y'all knew each other before that, so y'all just tight no matter what.
Yeah.
So when the gang thing first starts and you see the Crips, the blood, because you seen this coming to fruition, you seen it come into play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When did you first see it, and when did you first have an encounter with it?
Well, okay, let me tell you what took place. I was like, if you and I get no money, I don't want to be a part of this kind of situation, and so like I didn't want to be jacking nobody for no leather coat, and before there was a blood situation, it was a Crip deal first, and then they had a different kind of order This is when Tookie and all them other first phase Crips before the blood thing come into being. They had come into the penitentiary, and like they used to lock the Crips up more because they said you out there killing our people, and so they was killing.
Did
Crips.
you meet Tookie when you was locked up?
No, I never met Tookie.
Never met him. Never met none of them guys.
No, I never met Tookie in person. You understand? No, I never did.
But you knew they existed, and you knew that the Crip thing happened.
Well, you know, if you're a part of that militant process, you know who everybody is if you see them or don't see them.
I mean, see, when we came up, when the Crips, I was in youth authority, and I was in youth authority when they first came in. I was there from 1968.
Was you impressed?
No. I mean, they didn't, you know, when you hear Crips say that we started out protecting our community, if you look at the existence and the history of the Crips, they were taken from there on. The first murder that they had was 1969 at Tacotia, taking a red leather coat from a dude out of the Pueblo Bishops. And they went and ravaged the community. They never went north of Wilshire to do nothing to white folks.
Exactly.
They wasn't like the Panthers and stopped the police. They beat you up and ran from the police. So when you talk about you were protecting your community, what community were you protecting? You ravaged everything that was black. We didn't have parades for 20 years because of the Crip movement. The nativities on 92nd when they used to have all the Christmas lights. Yeah. The Crips came through and tore all the Christmas lights. They couldn't even have Halloween. Not that Bloods or Pirus made it any better. They went on into it, but the initiation was, the Crips was the worst thing happened to black people since integration.
True that.
In our communities.
True that.
And
that's because they was first too. They was leading it on.
You know, they came in, and another concept, like I say, when you don't know, you don't know. So we were never impressed with taking something from. I've never burglarized a house. I've never stole a black person's car that I knew. I told you I stole a black man's car one time at Lockheed.
Let me say this right quick, Marvin. We had a principle. Okay, didn't no Negroes have nothing in Watts and Compton? So we had to think, man, with us, hey, man, we're not taking nothing from no black people unless he posted up on the slave master shit. And so that was the thing. I didn't hustle in Watts. I was always going out, you know what, and finding me some other color. You understand me? To extract what they had insurance. We didn't have insurance. So they
everything we've done was corporate.
I like that. Yeah. And the fact of how you guys was conscious not to do each other in. And
it was
I think
just
that's
like,
something
you know,
that we need to respect each other on that level now.
We black mothers. Yeah. We respected black family. When we were doing something and I seen your mother come straighten up, here come E's mother. Now these kids will blow the music, F yo, daddy, F yo, and see black church people coming through. It excites them.
There was a respect.
So the Crips, and not taking that because they didn't know. And they came in with a disrespect to their own community. And it created a contamination. And 90% of the states that we're in don't even like us. Black people. They don't embrace Crips and Bloods like they embrace the Black Panther Party or the US. Oh man, what y'all bring this out? I didn't bring it, Colors did.
Wow.
The Nation of Islam.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I go back to the point of when you first being a person that's locked up in prison all the time, going through your trials and tribulation, to see the Crips, to see the Bloods, to see the gang thing really just permeate where you were at in jail, in prison. When you seen it, how did it affect you? Okay, you see what I'm saying? Okay. Because you seen it come in.
Okay, let me tell you, let me clarify this. Okay, when I got to prison, I didn't know that I was famous already for hijacking, you know, from Watts. And so when I got to prison, I saw these brothers with bald heads, and they were at attention, and they was preaching and teaching, and they were of the Nation of Islam. And I say, so I gravitated towards that I saw a discipline, a respect, and then they didn't have no fear of no white man. You know, and that impressed me. You know, I said, you know, and so it was like, if you gang banging, I'm not choosing to bang in no gang. You understand?
No, I get it, but you still seen it come. You seen it come before it even was there. You was there in the youth authority when y'all was together. But it wasn't even a thing, right?
That wasn't my thing. I was there to put together a money plan.
But see, we, like you say, when we were in prison, it was a structure. When I'm not gonna say his name, but the first Crip that came to San Quentin for the Ballou murder at the Hollywood Palladium, and when he was coming in, the Black Guerrilla family was going to kill him. Man, his brother been out here rapping, but then I had to
because of what he was doing and what he represented.
But now then I had to explain to them, because now I grew up with them dudes, and I knew what their psychic was. But then you weren't as vicious, but you were under the same concept as a gladiator, as a Slauson, as a businessman. You didn't kill nobody, but you hit each other with bumper jacks. We did. Now you didn't became revolutionary, and you forgot where you came from.
So you wasn't for killing no other brother?
No, we got business to take care of. So we can't do something to him. And when you do it to him, you got to do it to yourself.
Exactly.
Because we all come from. It's just like I smoked Sherm. That was one of my biggest vices that I ever did. I loved it. It put me at peace. I sold it. I made it. I smoked it, and I was a vice president, VP of it, and handled it well.
You're VP now.
Until I couldn't handle it no more.
Of course.
And then I had to leave it alone. So a lot of times we forget. I used to have a lot of my partners that was on crack, and they came out, and man, I don't want to be around him. And that's about environmental change. I got to change from my heart.
Exactly.
I can be around, you can smoke as much Sherm as you want. It has nothing to do with me. I'm through, because I'm through.
You stopped smoking Sherm in what, the 80s or 90s?
In prison, it's 79.
79.
Yeah, when it started costing me more than it was profiting me.
Absolutely.
If it started costing you, you should get out. I'm not a gambler.
Wow.
If you see me gambling, bet on me, because either I'm not gonna pay him or I'm cheating. It's the risk taker right here.
Oh yeah, that's too.
They're like my mother cried about Jesse.
Yeah. I met Jesse.
This one is. Oh my goodness. Hey, look, let me tell you a funny story. We in Texas, right?
Right.
We in Texas.
What year?
It's 78?
So probably 78.
Y'all were busy 78 and 79.
We got the long money. So we had a gambling shack. One of his I don't go. I'm just with him, right? So we goes into the gamble. He betting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a 4. You understand me? Our money's so long. So when we go into the place, the dude tell us we got to rest our guns. So rest our guns. Y'all got one. But I just bought these 22 Derringers, and I had it. We give him the gun. He in there gambling. We gambling like these 3 dudes walk in. Everybody on the ground. But they come to me and him first. And so I had a Turkish gold chain on, and the dude went to grab the chain, and when he leaned down to grab the chain, I got the 22. I bust. Pow! And he bust. They was panic. He went and grabbed the other dude's shotgun, right? He grabbed his shotgun. They holy mo, good. Lay y'all ass on down. We robbed all of them.
Y'all robbed everybody in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they tried to initiate it.
How they get in? Yeah. And we the only 2 victims. It's a room full of people.
So it was a setup.
Yeah, we set it right on up.
And we got a brand new.
We set it off.
That nigga got shot. He was all right. He got just a 22.
We don't know if he's all right or not. We left him.
Didn't care.
Y'all left him?
Yeah, we left him.
We left him.
We had a brand new Rolls Royce outside.
Yeah. They knew that. They were really hating. That was some really, they hating on y'all because y'all own them.
Yeah.
But we wasn't from Texas.
But you got to understand something. The only way back then in that day that you got respect was out of fear. If you couldn't put fear into an individual, they're gonna be at you. So we specialize in certain types of fear tactics where they were quite effective. So hey, you know what? Leave whatever you do. If you go up in there, be ready to go, because they're not bullshitting. You understand? And so that's how it was. That was the only if you came in, You'll be ready if you got some dirt on your mind.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes,
I want to talk about Antonio Brown, AB. He was in Dubai? We talking about in Dubai. He basically ran away after. What? Wait a minute, OG. Let me finish asking the damn question. So basically, he runs and goes over to Dubai, running from the police because he felt like, they was after him. I think it was June or so, whenever he had shot, basically.
With
and the boy say he got shot in the neck, but
no extradition clause.
Yeah, and he went over there and he thought that he thought wasn't going to get brought back. Well, they caught him the other night. 2 nights ago, they caught him. Now he's basically brought back now, they say, back in Miami. What do you foresee happening with him? Will he be all right? It didn't seem like that big of a case, but because he said he sent a special message to his friends and family to let them know he fighting.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he's the only thing that they have in Florida, he did go back to Florida.
Yeah.
And for a high flight risk, they may not give him a bail, just because that he did intentionally flee. And they got pictures of him in Dubai driving Rolls Royces, and he having he ain't underground. You big dummy.
So AB basically now that he's back, or now that he's back, he's gonna have to end up beating that charge.
He's not gonna beat it.
You don't know if he's gonna beat it.
I just told you that.
You don't know if he's gonna beat it.
Okay.
The other guy said this happened, but it's his word against his. But they saying they seen the cameras now, and they saying the cameras showing he being the aggressor.
Right. They should. They got
They're
cameras.
about the camera law, not his law.
That camera law, hell too. I had to deal with that camera law. That camera law hard to beat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When they start backing it up for the jury and putting it in slow motion,
it's horrible,
man.
I also, and I'm just covering a couple of topics that ran across my mental Rolodex. My boy Diddy, of course, he ended up getting caught with some hooch in the federal, the feds, in Dix, what is that?
Fort Dix.
Fort Dix. That's where they got him at.
Exactly.
And he ends up getting caught because I told you the other day it was a special day it was a special day because it was
so special.
November the 4th. That's my mom's birthday and Diddy's birthday on there. Mm-hmm. So that day he was having a good time, and he ended up drinking some hooch. No, they said it had what all the ingredients.
He got set up. Now, first of all, in the feds, it's called he just got a shot, right? A shot is just like a 115. So he got a demerit. Now he ain't been in that facility a whole month, and you done already got a shot. You may have to do that whole 50 months, Diddy.
And they got everybody put said Diddy was busted. It said Diddy's family spokesman Judah Angelamira tells TMZ Mr. Combs is in his first week of FCI Fort Dix and is focused on adjusting and working on himself and doing better each day. As with any high-profile individual in a new environment, there would be many rumors and exaggerated stories throughout his time there, most of them untrue. We ask that people give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy of focusing on his personal growth, and with grace and purpose. Diddy's sobriety journey took a detour in lockup this week. TMZ has learned he was drinking behind bars and got into some trouble with the prison officials. Sources with knowledge would tell TMZ Diddy had some homemade alcohol in Fort Dix, the low security prison where he's doing time. We're told the alcohol is made from Fanta, sugar, and apples, which inmates give 2 weeks to ferment into an alcoholic substance. OG, have you heard anything like this before?
Yes, sir.
They sell it. I told you from the beginning what they had done.
You said that. You was like, he gonna get him some of that hooch. I didn't know this was before all of this even happened. OG something else.
Yes, sir.
He said he gonna get him some of that hooch
Go
in
get
there.
that hooch for his birthday. They didn't suckered him in and then told on him. Because it's a rat facility.
So he thought he was gonna get away with it.
Somebody, hey, Officer Diddy over there drunk.
Relief. He needs stress relief.
He needs
stress relief.
So that's
what he needs.
Yeah, he needs stress relief.
No, you don't need no stress. Your stress is relieved. You're dictated to every day in that prison. You were sent there because you did some ill-gotten gains, doing some illicit shit, and to get caught for the same thing you got arrested for. Make it make sense, as the youngsters
first
say.
of all, I'm not gonna let you go in on Diddy like that. And I mean, you have problems on this because Diddy basically.
It's no way.
Are you gonna let me talk?
No, not at all. Listen, America. It's no way in hell that man was supposed to be in there drinking, smoking, or doing any other thing because he was sent there specially for rehab because he was supposed to be getting in a program for alcohol drug dependency. And you're not there a month and you get busted for drinking?
That was his pledge.
Well, wait a minute. Let me just say this, guys.
Just say it.
He ain't the one that made the hooch. He only been there a few weeks.
He's a +1.
Yeah, he didn't make the hooch.
Well, okay.
Somebody gave him a glass and set him. It was a setup.
Okay, now that makes you more of a big dummy. For you didn't even make it, you're not profiting over, you're just a substance abuser. So wait a minute, he didn't have sex, he was watching. So he do all this.
And y'all from the West Coast, so I really don't.
What Coast got to do with it?
Because I know about what happened with the East and West Coast when they were going back and forth. So a lot of times when you bias toward Diddy, all the time. That's one of the things he do. He never gave Diddy a break. Diddy got in trouble for some stuff that basically he did not even do what they also locked him and gave him this harsh lockdown for. Harsh. These months they gave him was wrong. He beat a girl up. That's what they really were mad about.
No, wait a minute.
It was not about they tried to hit him with a R.I.C.O. He beat it just like you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
he beat it, and they still tried to put it on him like he didn't beat it. And I thought that was bullcrap.
I was one of the only ones that gave him the justification for beating up Cassie for stealing from him. I did not endorse that. Don't act like you don't know what's happening. Did I say that Diddy was justified in what you seen on the camera wasn't all of what happened?
No, I told you he was wrong for that.
No, I said he wasn't.
I said he was.
Because
you put your hand on a woman, you ain't got no business doing that. That's why. But I don't agree with that.
A Rolex watch, I'd have beat her up for a Timex watch. You don't even know if that was no Rolex. That's some dark web shit that you saying right now. Had nothing to do with it. The thing is, he shouldn't have did that. That's what they should have got him for, because that's what they brought up the whole time he was in trial. The whole trial.
That's all they kept bringing up. And then when they couldn't lock him in with a R.I.C.O, we gonna still be harsh on you about that. They should have let him out. So now they was wrong.
So now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now that you said that, he got convicted not for what he did. He got convicted for watching, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what they convicted him for, watching.
Again,
not participating, because he had the prostitutes have sex with his girls, and they said he dictated it, right?
Right.
So he gets the 4 dicks. He ain't make the hooch. He didn't sell the hooch. He just drinking. So he got the same pattern.
He bought it.
He's got whether he bought it or whether they gave it to him, it's the same pattern. He's sitting over in the corner watching. So is that rehabilitation?
It's real something.
Huh?
It's real.
That's
something.
real drunk. And he got a shot for that.
Wow.
And you know what? As soon as they come up for any type of going to a halfway house or parole or anything, you know what they gonna bring up?
What?
That time you was drunk.
And that won't be the last shot either.
All right. Okay. So you seen Rod Wave this morning got caught with a hell of a situation. End up getting caught with a gun. Maybe a gun, maybe a gun knife.
It was a kitchen knife.
Rod Wave is a huge artist.
He's not that huge. I ain't never heard of him. You ever heard of Rod Wave?
Not yet.
That's not his thing. Rod Wave is a huge artist.
Well, he kind of fat.
He's from Miami, and basically he's one of those guys who you listen to music today's time. Those kids love him. He speaks to pain in music. He speaks. They have to have their own healing too. We use like "We Are the World" songs, and he changed the world with his tonality and the way that he sings about different things. His inner feelings. He gets teeth, but he do it in a.
Well, can you play one of his records or something? I don't know.
What feelings did he have to possess the knife?
Well,
what was he having then?
What was it then?
I don't know what happened, but he had a mental breakdown. Mental illness is one of those things that people are dealing with now. When
All
it comes
of us
down,
has got mental illness.
That's a cop out.
Yeah, we born with mental illness because we black.
I'm mentally ill right now, but I treat it. But I'm aware of it, and I treat it. You understand?
How do you know that you mentally ill? I can't tell.
Because I'm not like them.
What?
Not like them.
I'm not like them.
I want to ask you about, there is, and I want to say this, guys, because you guys, I know y'all know about this political game that they play. It's a game where the politics becomes a thing where people move by the politics. There's a young guy, what's his mayor name that 50 Cent done fell out with? Mayor, I got his name right here. Madamni, I got it right here. Mayor, and he trolled 50 Cent. Him and 50 Cent is going back and forth. And 50 Cent is being a rapper. You've heard of 50, right?
No, it was at his place.
Okay, 50 Cent is upset because this mayor, the new guy, he feel like the tax is gonna go up. He just don't like him. And I found out the mayor was a ex-rapper, ex-failed rapper. So
what?
Yeah, he only 34 or 35. He's a young mayor. He's a young mayor. And him and 50 he came out to Ja Rule, which is 50 Cent's arch rival. When he came out and won his victory, I'm from New York, I got 100 guns, 100 clips. He come out like that, shooting shots at 50. I never thought I'd see the day.
Wait a minute, who said he was shooting shots at 50?
Anytime you come out to a Ja Rule track, 50 and Ja Rule don't get along.
Okay.
Period. Because 50 said anytime he can feel them 9 shots, he'll never be able to forgive Ja Rule. He feel like that was a connection to him being shot up. So what I'm saying is, when he came out to the Ja Rule track like that, he's shooting a straight shot at 50 because they had already been into it.
You know what? 50 has sent a post out when he got as the mayor and said, now New York is dead.
Yeah.
So he had justification to do what he did with 50.
Yeah, and 50 had a box with his stuff in it, like, I'm leaving, going back to the South. He got a place in Houston, and he got a residency in Shreveport as well.
Absolutely.
So it's absolutely.
Yeah, a mega residence and business complex.
That's right. That's right. So when you see this type of environment, the reason I brought up all of that because it's a thing that's happening. And when you see this, did you ever think you'd see the day when musicians, and in your day, did you see the thing where musicians became a part of the political warfare that was going on because of maybe the way that the finances would be affected?
You know what? No, not really, because I didn't pay attention to the political format. My thing was that I need money to maintain, and I'm not a politician. I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. I'm not none of that stuff. And so I love music, but I wasn't into it like that. And so the internal dynamics between politics and music, I never gravitated towards that.
So did you ever see it happen where Marvin Gaye might have been upset about somebody's finances?
Marvin Gaye was upset about the war. What's going on?
Yeah, see, there you go.
James Brown was, I'm black and I'm proud.
In that context, yes.
Yeah. So
in that context, yes.
In our era, they made political statements through the music, that changed the aura and changed the atmosphere of how we moved, because we wasn't saying, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. That was a political move against the government. Marvin Gaye, when the Vietnam War in 1971, what's going on? You know, so yeah, we had numerous artists that said it. They didn't say it in the dynamics and as literally as these, but these youngsters are more prolific now than we were and when we were growing up. You know, I believed in Santa Claus till I was 16. Knew it wasn't no Santa Claus, but we held on to the tradition. And I believe that's what made us a better people, because without a foundation, you cannot build a house. Wow. So with these youngsters not believing in anything but what's going on right now, 90% of the kids in the neighborhood don't see themselves living behind 2021. Everybody's having a prolific graveyard.
And a Benz.
You know.
And Benz. Well, I'm going to end it on this note, guys. And you can chime in or you don't have to. But shout out to Diddy, who in the top of the year, in January, will be, I'm predicting that he'll probably get a pardon. He was talking about it. And if he gets that pardon, you guys definitely take that. He'll be getting out.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. If he gets the pardon, it's over.
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
If he gets the pardon, it'll be over.
He's not going to get a pardon.
You don't know that, OG.
I already know.
It's rumors. He's saying it.
Wait a minute,
He's telling other inmates he got a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure he'll be coming up. When he get out of, you going to eat those words.
I'm not going to eat.
You going to eat those words. He going to get out.
My stance is neutral.
Yeah, well, I think he's coming out.
Yeah, you've been thinking that for the last, how long you been down, a year or so? You thought he was going to beat the trial. You thought he was going to get an appeal. You thought he was going on. You thought he was going to not get drunk in Fort Dix. Everything that you'd have thought been down the toilet, sir.
So say, man, shout out to Finesse 2 times, man.
Young Finesse.
Finesse,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Shout out to Finesse.
I got a new respect for that brother,
Yeah,
man.
little Jew, man. Shout out to them boys, man.
Who is Young Finesse?
Man, I done talked about this guy, man. I'm running my mouth. He is clowning. He was clowning. And I took his mama's side, right? Yeah. And so we were in Las Vegas when he was trying to be a rapper. You know,
I was being a rapper.
He was trying to be a rapper. He forgot all about boss talk and all the rest of us. He was a no limit soldier. He's just bouncing up and down. And so Rainwater, shout out to Ray.
I wish they would have let me take Turk's side and go over there with Birdman.
Ray walked up to me like, OG, what's going on? And the next thing I know, here comes the little brother Finesse too. I'd have been talking shit about this man. This is one he slapped me upside the head. He like, yeah, OG, man, I appreciate what you're doing. Came in so humble, you know, and like, it's two sides to life. And sometimes we forget, you know, some of the things, some of the antics that I do, sometimes that ain't my private life. You know what I'm saying? So I met him and I seen his work ethics, you know, just like this guy here, when he on vacation, he working.
Yeah.
Everything he says, boss talk, wherever he got me branded. I don't even put Brompton no more.
We working.
We working.
I just earned my honorary brand today.
Hey, that's good stuff, man.
When he came to Vegas, this boy has enough intuitive value on what he's doing. While he was down there, he went in the studio, because this is a work event. It's a tax write-off. While everybody else was going to the club, he was in the studio rapping, working until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, working.
I couldn't even keep staying there. I had to leave. Like, bro, I'm out of here.
That's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
Finesse 2 times.
See, a business ethic like that. See, most of these dudes when we got on Warner Brothers, and I was telling my artist, and Hustle, hell of an artist, but he didn't understand. He knew music, but he didn't know the music business.
Absolutely.
And through bad conversation and bad advisement, hey, man, you can do whatever you want to. Bro, you can't do. This is a business. We can't come up in this studio, y'all have weed. Man, hey, leave all that. They'll clean it up. They'll clean it up, but you're leaving a trail.
That's right.
So now they let it go, and when they was tired of it, they cut us. As a work ethics, and you come to work. So all y'all that think y'all can get on these platforms and think you can play, you will never be successful.
Wow.
That's why we get one-hit wonders. They think they're already there. My success is I've never been the big guy.
That's all.
I've always looked like the little guy to keep on shooting.
Wow.
We try harder.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Man, I just want to say thank y'all, man, for coming on Boss Talk 101, man. I enjoyed this conversation. Man, I enjoyed y'all stopping through. So these guys,
Well, see, hold on,
let me say this. I want to say thank y'all because I appreciate y'all. Y'all just riding through the country. I ain't never seen nobody just can go where they want to go, stop, don't have to work, no responsibilities, no more. Y'all already did enough of that. Y'all just riding, stop by the finest restaurants, stop by the finest casinos, stop by the finest, just dope, man. Thank you guys,
don't
man.
Believe that. we at the Piggly Wiggly.
I have to say this. This is not no by chance or by luck. This meeting right here is by divine decree.
Come on, man. I enjoy it, man.
And that's an honor and a privilege for me to be a part with this man right here.
Y'all been together since the 70s.
You know what? But you know what? We really together now. We was at together. Now we really together. We was at being together.
Wow.
You understand?
Now we with the boss man.
Yeah.
We with the big fella. We with the big fella.
That's a blessing, man.
No, the big boss man.
Watch out, man. I'm just a mediocre, man.
Big boss man.
I'm a blessing.
A lady called in one day and she say, "Not you, OG. I'm talking about the boss.
That woman tripping.
The big boss. Look, you a +1. Sit over there to the side.
No.
And don't say nothing because I want to talk to the boss because y'all ain't right."
No. Man, I had a good time, man. The food we ate over there. Shout out to my boy at Breakfast Brothers. Ricky Booker, that's my partner.
Wow.
He'll be coming on this week. So, man, it's just a blessing, man. Anytime in the city, like I say, the people that come on. Come on, man. And I'm so happy that y'all came and stopped through. I knew I was going to get to you, but, it just had to, the world had to link it together, man.
It was a shock to me because I had no type of, preliminary indication that my
That's
day
the way
was
we
gonna
do.
Evolve, into this type of.
That's what we do.
To this.
Boss Talk is like that. It's not a stage thing. Tell them. We just do it.
We just
do whatever we do.
I've been knowing you a long time because of him, but I'm just not meeting you today. And look here, I never. Did
I let you down?
This goes down in history here.
Hey, man, thank you so much, man. Man, thank you. God bless you, man. Wallee, man. You said Willie a couple times, but
that's my slave name. Wallee is my Islamic attribute.
Okay, Wallee, man. Listen, man. I love you, brother. I appreciate it. I thank you for coming on here, bro.
Yes, sir.
And this dude, this my guy, like OG Piru, man. A lot of people done told me get rid of that nigga, man.
Get rid of him.
Keep fooling with this nigga, man.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
I'm like an old wart. I just grow on you.
You get rid of that nigga.
You can agree not to agree, but then you know what? I don't like what you're doing. But you respect. You after the respect is there.
Man, I
don't agree with that, but you know what? I respect that.
That's life.
If it means not fucking with you.
Hey, man, listen, man. It's life, man. Life pretty much. Life be lifing, right? I'm so glad that in my life I got to do this right here with you guys, man. I hope you guys like. I want you guys to subscribe. I want you guys to download the app. Get ready. And these OG Are You There t-shirts, I'll pop it up on the screen right here, man. You got to get these shirts for the holidays, man. We're coming in hot. You can go on and you'll get to see them. Starting next week, you'll be able to pre-order some of them. They're coming out in a capsule for the holidays. I say around Black Friday, you might see a dip in prices. Pay close attention on the app because you will be seeing the OG Are You There hoodies, and also you will have some exclusive Boss Talk hoodies with the bling bling blow on them. So be ready for that, man. Boss Talk 101, man, where the bosses talk.
That's right.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle, big